year. The movie came out and I was flying air shows, so it was not a bad gig. I was scheduled to do, I think, about 20 shows that year. I wound up doing 38 because it was too much fun. It's nice to go to an air show when it's just like now when I fly air shows and F-86s, Corsairs, and Mustangs. It's certainly about, I think it's about my flying, but really it's about the airplane. And the F-14 is one of those airplanes that just has a special mystique. Another good friend in the back, Eric Hildebrand, just wrote a great book about Tomcats, and I suggest you go buy it. And in that I wrote the foreword, and I remember the first time I saw the Tomcat was at Grumman, the prototype. My father was an engineer and a test pilot at Grumman, and I was just I think I was in freshman or sophomore in college. And I went out to Calverton with my dad and walked in the room and saw this big hangar, and this mock-up was in there, and it was, to me, it was the most unbelievable thing I'd seen. Sleek, powerful, and as I mentioned in the foreword, the airplane had presence. And if any of you have seen it in air shows or seen it around, you see it in the movie, it just has special quality. It's a beast. It's not the easiest thing to fly all the time, but it's just it's just been such a huge part of my life. It's tough to just really describe it. But it's a magnificent airplane and truly is the star of this movie. And it's the fact that this movie is still as popular is a true testament to to the magnificence of that airplane. But it's just not the airplane, it's the community that supported it, flew it, maintained it, all the maintenance people, all the crews who stepped in, slipped on, put hydraulic fluid and oil in that thing, and if you ever went to an F-14, if there wasn't something dripping out of it, it was empty. But once you got it going, particularly with the later models, you went to full burner in that thing, Zone 5 in the early ones, and full afterburner in the Ds and the Bs. It was a rocket ship and a great airplane. And it took me through lots of difficult times, and it always hung together. All my landings and takeoffs in it are equal. I never had to jump out, came close a couple times, but she got me back on the ground. So it's a great airplane, and it's still wonderful to have a movie like this, though it's completely, I mean, it's not anything close to reality. Well, a little bit now and there. The bar scenes are pretty close, but the bedroom scenes are pretty close.
I've never spent time in the bedroom with them. Having spent time in the bars with them on more than one occasion, I can attest to that.
So, but some of the flying is good. And particularly, as you watch the movie tonight, I think the most stirring part is the deck scenes, and particularly in the beginning of the movie, because that truly does capture the poetry and it's sort of chaos, controlled chaos that's on a flight deck, and how to this day, out there right now, there are thousands of men and women that are doing this and launching off in the middle of the night and coming back in the middle of the night safely, almost all the time. So it's a great testimony to my service and to you all who support this service. Thank you.
Thanks, Snort. I'm going to...
Down, boy, down.
First of all, what's the name of Eric's book?
Tomcats for Eric.
Okay, so I guess you can get that at Amazon.com, Eric. If you can't, let us know. We'll make an announcement, but Eric's back there somewhere. I've seen the book. It's spectacular. Now, I'm going to probably embarrass you, but I'm going to tax your memory. Many, many years ago, probably back early 90s, when you were the Commodore, you and I were in a bar at a restaurant in Virginia Beach. And we haven't talked about this since then. I'm going to embarrass you now, but it's just very, very poignant, and it never left me. It shows the true concern that you had for all of your people.
I remember I picked up a tab.
No, you haven't picked up a tab in 22 years with me. But
That's not true.
I'm sorry, you did pick up a tab one time. But I was the good wingman. But anyway, having said that, we were there in the bar.